How about now? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yay! And
Yay.
looks like the broadcast can hear you as well.
Okay, great.
I don't know what it was because everything is the exact same. The only
Yeah,
difference is I closed my browser and you closed yours and disconnected everything, and then we came back together. So
just goes to show you both browsers suck a lot. I'm not going to say equally. I can't say that.
you're right. Chrome sucks just a little bit more.
No, that's ridiculous. I can't
Chrome
even
is
believe people use Firefox still. That's
Chr-
funny.
Chrome is a resource hog.
Please. Yeah, that's what that yeah.
So how is
Because there's
that
lots
okay?
of resources around. Lots of resources to spend. You know, I got 16 gigs of RAM in my fucking laptop.
Yeah, well, you're not running a broadcast at the same time.
Now, one thing I do have for Chrome, I do have a tab suspending utility, which is
I
pretty
have
useful.
heard of such thing, and I have heard
Yeah,
good things about it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the only time it was ever a problem before was when I was doing something else that was like it's only if you're doing something really processor intensive. Or I think I was running a very poorly made video game. The
That'll do
Total
it.
War video games.
Ah, that'll do it.
Yeah, very processor intensive, very poorly written game. And yeah, that was something
We're
where
gonna go.
like I had.
We're gonna call a bunch of things, but we're not gonna close them off. We're just gonna let them hang there, so they pile up. Because it's not gonna use too much unless you're calling like 1,000 things, in which case then it kind of does.
Yeah,
Which is typically the most common thing is that you're not ending your code properly. You're not closing things off and releasing resources and strings and
garbage
whatnot that you use.
collection.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then you have this whole pile of crap at the end, and it's just sitting
Admittedly,
there.
most modern programming languages are supposed to have automatic garbage collection, but nothing automatic ever works very well.
Tell me about it.
And I mean, geez, video games are terrible these days. Terrible. Why do they keep making video games with that terrible engine? And that applies to like almost every single video game company. But in this particular case, I'm talking, of course, about the Total War engine, which is just shit.
Yep.
Total shit. The new Total War Warhammer game is using that type of DRM that no one can figure out how to crack, and that sucks because I would like to play it because a Total War Warhammer game is a really fucking cool idea, but
That does sound neat, but unfortunately you'll have to spend monies in order to obtain this.
yeah, like it was fucking ridiculous. Like what is it, like $85 or something? Hilarious.
See, that's the thing. Like, if you eliminate piracy altogether, if you lowered your prices. Personally, I'm of the opinion that it should be sort of a pay what you think it's worth kind of thing, because there won't be people who have the extra money who'll be like, I want to support the developer. This is really good. Here's $60 because they can afford it. Whereas
Yeah,
people
yeah,
who really, really want to play it but can't afford it, they can still throw $10 as opposed to pirating because it's
yeah.
it's what you can.
Well, and like studies have indicated that a very tiny amount of money is lost to piracy because a large number of people who like you can't just be like, oh, there's 6,000 people in this swarm, that's 6,000 lost copies, which is the kind of stupid shit I heard when I was at VFS, and
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like, no,
bullshit.
like that's obviously not the case. Like I don't know how many times I personally have downloaded a game and been like, this is fucking amazing, I've got to buy this, and
I'm the same way. Like,
I'm,
if it's
I'm
good, I'll
upset
buy
I
it.
can't do the same thing with Stardew Valley because Stardew Valley is a fantastic video game and totally should be purchased. But I just totally can't afford it.
But when you can eventually afford it, then you will.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Especially if it goes on sale.
Yes. And I mean, Steam's done a great job of that, where it's like, that is the one. Like, I know some people don't like Steam, but
Those people are stupid.
and I can understand you don't want all your games and whatnot under one system. Personally, I like that.
That is
Um,
stupid.
well, that's the thing. Like, I like it. I can
I
go
want my
in.
games distributed widely in a totally random manner, and you know what? I want to lose my Command and Conquer Red Alert CD forever. Fuck, where is it?
See, every time I have a new install or a new build or something, I can just go and install Steam, and then all my games are right there, and it's like, okay, I can just download what I want.
Yeah.
Years and years and years ago when they first started doing that, I was really worried because it's just like, well, it's so big. It's going to take so long to download, but internet speeds have come such a long way. It's like, I really don't care. It's like, you know what?
Yeah.
I want to play something. I can't play it right now because it's going to take me a while to download. It's like 20 gigs. I'll let it run overnight, and then next time I feel like playing it, it'll be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then usually the next day I'm like, okay, now I want to play this game because it's there now.
Well, and I just installed a whole bunch of games as well because, well, I
You can.
might be playing them.
Yes.
Well, I'm trying to prepare for surgery. Get as much ready ahead of time.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
What I was going to finish saying though was things like, so when you go and you download a game or something and then you're playing it, if it's available on Steam and then you suddenly have the money to afford, you can afford to buy it, or it goes on sale. You can purchase it, and then you'll play through it again. But since Steam locks like a lot of achievements with their games, it's almost like it's worth buying if you're into getting the achievements. I mainly get it just so that my Steam profile percentage can increase.
Yeah. Well, I like the achievements for sure. I definitely do the achievement thing. It's fun.
I say that begrudgingly because when achievements first came out, I was like, that's fucking stupid. And I berated and like made fun of anyone who's just like, yeah, it's achievements. And I still kind of do that, but I kind of like the achievements.
I was definitely an instant for sure.
The ones that are just like, you started the game, achievement.
Yeah.
I don't like those, but the ones I do like are the ones that are like difficult to find. You're trying like you have to do something special, or I go and I finish the game and then I find all these achievements that require very specific things. So I'm gonna go do that now because now I can go keep playing the game, like Saints Row 4, for instance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where they do a really good job of that, and it's just like I can go play. I'm completely powered up, and I'm done the game. I can go and I can play and do this other stuff and get these achievements. And still
that game
challenges.
is really good.
I know, right?
So good.
Yeah. When I first started,
embarrassing. It makes Grand Theft Auto look like a joke.
Which is funny because it's making fun of those games.
Yeah.
Basically.
When the student becomes the master.
When I started, I had played since Saints Row 2. And it was good. I never fully beat Saints Row 2. I never fully beat Saints Row 3.
Yeah.
But I did fully beat Saints Row 4, and when I started playing it, I completely forgot that it was sort of a parody game.
Yeah.
And I'm playing going, this is silly, and then I remember it's right, it's a parody thing. But it kind of makes fun of Mass Effect as well as Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
This feels a lot like Mass Effect. Oh,
Yeah,
I see what you're doing there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just absolutely brilliant.
Yep.
Really good. Maybe I'll install that game too.
You should. It's a fun game. You don't have to think.
Yeah, and that's exactly the kind of game I'm looking for.
Yeah, you are going to want that during surgery.
Yeah. I'm glad my battery died. Perfect timing.
Oh. So I guess you're keeping everything plugged in?
Yeah, I mean, when my battery was working, I would get an hour and 15 minutes of battery life. So
it's not okay, but not that great.
It's never been a wireless device, a mobile device. It also weighs 6 billion pounds. So yeah, there's no portability with this thing.
So do you have some sort of void that you have to open, and then you just put the laptop in it, so that way it can take that 6 billion pounds, it becomes 0. And it just kind of floats there in front of you.
Sure wish I did. I would bring it with me to a lot more places, that's for sure.
Bring it with you to play. Bring it with you for what? Your laptop or your Void?
The laptop, and therefore the Void.
If you brought the Void with you, it's there's people that you don't like, just shove them inside the Void.
That would practically be its exclusive usage, I think.
Forget holding my laptop.
People I don't like. Both those two things. I need you to hold this. Just stop complaining. I'll let you out when I feel like you've suffered enough. So get comfortable.
So for certain people, never.
Yeah, you're gonna want to You're gonna want to be patient with this one.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I had a void, just I could just open up anywhere. Of course, then you're looking at all kinds of collateral damage around you. I'm sure. Well, I guess it depends on the properties of the void.
Yeah, I mean, there's no need for us to be ridiculous. This would be a manageable, non-destructive, non-generally destructive void.
So self-contained and whatnot.
Yeah. It's a bag of holding.
Almost like a pocket universe, then, kind of thing.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Uh-oh. I did my own acrylic nails. Like when they do the gel thing, the acrylic liquid and the powder and that whole thing.
But you just told me that you didn't have your before, you mean?
Well,
Or were you doing
they're
it now? Oh, you're doing it now.
yeah, they're in progress, but I haven't had a chance to paint them. And I didn't do them like they normally have the like the fake nail thing. That's
Mhm.
like that you put the stuff on top of. But they're kind of like I can't afford them, so I'm not using them. And like I just need my fingernails to be like a little bit. I don't need long nails or anything. Although that's nice, I just need them to not be like flexible and so easy to chew on.
Yeah. I think for I don't know when the information you got, I think they say you can't have nail polish on.
I can't have a long fake nail, because you've seen how the things work, right? Like they clip on like this. So if you've got a nail like that on
Too
there,
many
it just won't.
times. Yeah.
It won't do the thing. So no, and that's I had no problem being there. I'd be like, oh shit, I forgot.
Yeah.
No problem. It's kind of fun. Instead of biting my nails, I tend to still play with like the edges and the glue and stuff. I dremeled my nails today, actually. Because like near the cuticle, it's hard to it kind of like goes up because of course I don't know really what the fuck I'm doing. So it's like it's a non-smooth edge, and if there's a rough edge, I'm gonna be putting it in my mouth and chewing on it and picking at it and all kinds of irresponsible things that girls aren't supposed to do. So
But we do anyway.
yeah. So yeah, instead of having like long nails, I've just been kind of like making them stronger vertically, and it's actually working pretty well. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Kind of a neat thing.
So would you say you nailed it?
No, because I am terrible at this. I am very bad. In fact, I can't stop playing with them right now, but that's okay because I think I'm going to use the Dremel to clean them up a little bit.
That works.
So like I put them on, I let the acrylic harden, and then I remove them, clean them up, and then glue them back on.
That's an idea.
That's what I'm going with right now. It's cheap, and maybe this is a skill. Maybe I'll be wouldn't that be funny? Doing people's nails in the nail salon, getting a job doing that.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, it's funny. It's still really amusing to me that the girl who used to do my nails. Oh damn! I broke that one. She used to grow pot, like with her family, and she's Vietnamese. Which, I mean, it just makes it funnier to me. I don't. How the hell are they doing that? What the hell? And like I went to their. I don't know if I've told you the story before, but it's pretty awesome. So I'm talking to this girl, and she's like, I don't know, she's a few years older than me, I think. This girl, and I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking about, growing some marijuana because I can, and it would be fun, and I smoke a lot of it. And she was like, oh well, I can get you a source if you want some seedlings, and that's definitely what I want because growing from seeds is pretty hard, as I learned recently. With two out of 5 seeds doing their thing, and the rest of them dying, so that kind of sucked. They're $10 each. However, the one that I have now is growing like fucking crazy. It is awesome. Honestly, I wish I could. Yeah, I wish I could show you guys, but it is kicking ass. I just moved it up into a larger pot. It's kind of like, I guess it's like a 1 gallon pot. It's kind of like this big, and it takes a little while for the roots to like readapt to getting transplanted, and it sits there and does nothing. Which, as someone who looks at their plant every day, is kind of like, what are you doing? And then yesterday I looked at it, and it's got 24-hour lighting, so there's no night cycle, so it's just constantly growing. And it is like it grew a ton last night, a ton. It's very, very exciting. It's very exciting. Anyways, so this girl tells me that she can get me some plants, and I'm like, she's like, how many do you want? I don't know, like 5 or 10 or something, not a lot. 10 would probably be good. So I settle on 10, and or like $20 worth is what I say. So she's like, okay, no problem. They're out in Langley, so you just got to get yourself out there one of these days. Let me know when, and I'll let them know, and I'll give you the plants. So, okay, great. So I go out there. My stepbrother drives me in the smart car, way the fuck out to like the far side of Langley. The suburbs of Langley, and way the fuck out there. And I find the house, like, it's one of these I used to deliver pizza, and it's just one of the fucking typical houses with like no numbers anywhere. So I'm like, man,
that's most of that area, though.
I know, and there's, it's not like in Florida when that would happen, there would be like 1 or 2 that on the street that was like that. But there's like 6 houses in a row, and I'm like, well, Google Maps seems to think it's this one, give or take 100 yards. So let's try here. So I knock on the door, and some kid answers the door. He's like 12 or something like that. And I'm like, hey, I'm here to pick up some plants. Is your mom home? And does the usual kid mom thing, and then close the door. And this like really this not really old but pretty old Asian lady opens the door, the usual 4 feet tall sort of thing. And I'm like, hi, I'm here to pick up the plants. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, oh, my friend Tanya didn't tell you that I was gonna be here, because she told me that she was gonna tell you about that. And she's like, yeah, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, maybe it's the wrong house. So I go back to the car and I text my friend, and she's like, it's okay, you go back. There's just a mix-up, and I was like, well, what was the mix-up? What is the nature of this particular kind of mix-up? She said, well, they weren't expecting you to be white.
Well,
like, yeah, okay, fair enough. They did seem a little surprised. And then she lets me inside. I knock on the door. She lets me inside, and in their laundry room, they've got like at least 100 seedlings, just tons. They're about a couple inches tall, perfect seedling age, and she's like, "How many do you want?" And I said, "Well, here's $20. Take as many as you want to give me for $20. I was hoping for 10. 10 would be great." And she proceeds to start filling up a box and just does not stop. There's she's moving them in pairs, so the box is filling rapidly, and it's a big box, and I'm like, whoa, like, hey, is this $20 worth? Like, I don't have more than $20 to spend on this, so I'm gonna need you to. Is this, how much do you want for this? And she just takes $20 and gives me a box of what turns out to be 25 seedlings. And then is like, okay, have a nice day, see you later. And then, yeah, I leave and
like, oh,
with 25 motherfucking seedlings.
For $20, it's a really good deal.
Yeah, I don't know what happens in the seed to seedling phase for the price to just go so far down. But I sure wish that cost would roll back onto the seeds, because god damn it, they're fucking expensive.
Yes, they are. But then they let you then you can kind of grow what you want, and it's just, yeah. I don't
Well,
know.
it's the same way with seedlings.
Yeah, actually, because you can't do much until they're a little bit older anyway.
Well, you can't do anything with them except let them grow, really.
Well, you can create hybrids though. It's tricky.
No, you.
In theory, you could.
I mean, nah.
No.
Because what's going to happen? So what? So because you have to get a male and a female plant,
Yeah.
and like anything you get, anything you're paying money for is going to hopefully be feminized. So you're like you don't want male plants. It's a common theme.
Yep.
What are all these guys doing here? Oh, God, they're necessary for reproduction. Fuck.
Damn it.
Ugh, we really need to get on this whole Futanari girl thing. But anyways, so yeah, it's oh, now I lost my train of thought.
Artificial semen.
I'm not sure why. Right. So yeah, the male plants are totally fucking useless. However, say for example, your plant has to go through the whole cycle, and you have to let it go past the harvest phase. You have to leave some buds on the plant, because inside of the buds is where the seeds form, of course. And then you have to plant all of those seeds. There will be some random division of male and female, and then you have to get other seeds and wait for that plant to get to adulthood when it's flowering, and then cross-pollinate one of the male ones that you grew with one of the female ones that you've got, and it's a huge fucking pain in the ass. I mean, it can be done, but
If you
whatever.
really, really, really want to. I don't know why you would. Well, I know why you would, but it's not something you or I would do.
If you're doing it industrially, then that's definitely something you want to do for sure. And I would certainly love to do that kind of thing, without a doubt. It just requires dedication and equipment, and I can't really do that first thing, or the second thing.
The equipment requires money or
Yeah.
the generosity of other people.
Yeah, no, I have not encountered either of those things in a long time.
Nor have I.
Yeah.
Speaking of generosity of other people and whatnot, and equipment, though, I did want to mention, or I was earlier when you had mentioned about like you can't show the plant. The thought that kind of crossed my mind was can't do much of anything if you want, because we're up on YouTube now, right?
Right.
And the videos have been monetized.
Yeah. I mean, even our
Have-
conversation about it will probably cause it to be.
Well, you've heard about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't do an episode of this without talking about that.
Yeah. Well, why don't we talk about Syria and just, really, really clamp the whole thing, It's like their list included, current news.
Well,
Things that are happening right now that aren't pleasant.
here's what surprised me, and this is doing some research. Like, apparently they are targeting smaller channels as well,
Mhm.
but not all of them. It's fed into their bot. I'm really confused. Well, okay, not that confused. Actually, yeah, I'm kind of confused because it's right in the description. Remember a few episodes back
Mhm.
when we talked about whether or not whether we'd let a boulder hit the entire KKK or Donald Trump?
Right. Yeah, right.
That video is still monetized.
Hmm.
How is that advertiser friendly?
I
That
don't
was
know.
the one I was expecting to be taken down. Like, we're not taken down, but demonetized.
I'm kind of offended by the entire idea of, advertiser appropriate. What the fuck? Like,
Yep.
is anybody watching a YouTube video and a little, Gillette razors, and during a video about rape culture, it's like, whoa, wow, Gillette supports rape culture. Whoa!
I've never made the connection between like the ads I'm seeing and the video being like they support this. It's always, oh look, Google's serving up ads,
Well, actually, I don't see ads because I use an ad blocker like most civilized people.
and you're the reason I'm poor. I'm kidding.
But we still make up a relatively tiny portion of the population.
What, ad blockers?
Which is also strange. I don't know how it's not like 80% of people are using ad blockers.
I don't on videos specifically because there are people who like I watch the videos regularly and I know that's how they make their living.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that and that
I
is
don't watch any videos regularly enough for that to be a thing for me.
fair
And I
enough.
fucking God, I hate ads so much. Oh my god.
So do I, and like it's just getting ridiculous. And some of them,
Yeah.
I find that now they're starting to have like 30-second ads that you can't skip,
Yeah.
like more so than they did before, which is
Yeah.
really irritating. I got like maybe once a week I would run into if I was watching stuff regularly. Out of maybe like 50 videos, one of them would have a 30-second ad I couldn't skip
Yeah. Yeah.
at some point, but not like I don't know every 10 to 12 videos.
Yeah. And it just like there just shouldn't be any, you know? And I shouldn't have to wait 5 seconds either. Mobile YouTube, you know? Fucking fuck you. Just
Well, and
that's all there
again,
is to it.
it's the creator's choice to monetize. It happens twice. It happens
Monetizing is okay. Making me wait 5 seconds is not. You know,
well. What if
presenting an
it?
ad is okay. Preventing me from skipping it is not. That's what's that because that's just what's going to get people to block all ads
Yeah. Well, when you go to have you seen the back end for it
for
for when you set up ads on YouTube?
no.
Because you have options.
Okay.
So there's a bunch of different options, including and it isn't specifically a no skip option. There's
Yeah.
just like the pre roll
Right.
and mid roll that you can pick.
Yeah.
So like when you do pre roll, you don't really pick if you get to skip or not, but like you can choose to only to have overlay ads.
Right. Right.
But looking at it from like creating a standpoint, why would you not pick all of them? Because it's just that would help.
Yeah.
Certain videos you might not want to have any pre-roll ads, so you can be picky then. Like Blink's Giving, for instance, I decided not to monetize that,
Oh yeah.
which is the one that has the most views. So I'm like, well, maybe I should have monetized that.
Yeah.
But
Why the hell didn't you monetize that? I totally would monetize that.
for I mean, it was created for a thing, and the advertising money would be so little, but I'd be obligated to split it. So it's just creating more work.
Yeah, I guess you'd be.
I mean, I could turn around and justify that until
I
I
mean,
get
it's.
the money I put into it back.
I don't know. I feel like that's the kind of thing where it's like I'm not going to split $5 a month with 6 people. But if I get like $100, like if there's some
Well, yeah,
genuine amount of money that people are going to find useful, then that's different. But
well, yeah,
like uh,
yeah.
I don't know. People tend to not agree with me, so
No, I mean, I completely agree with you, but I would just feel too guilty about like even the $5. I'd feel bad because money
yeah,
is not a huge part of, well, of anything that I do really. But
yeah, that's true.
unfortunately, it is a thing that I need to live, and it is difficult to live in Vancouver
Yeah,
and not be bringing in something somewhere.
yeah, yeah,
And like
yeah,
I'll be okay until January, but then January's gonna roll around and I'm kind of fucked.
yeah.
So it's just like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I got an allowance.
you get an
Marion
allowance.
gave Marion gave me some money.
Yay!
Here's $20 just so that you have $20.
I don't feel like that would get you far.
It won't. But it's better than literally having no dollars at all.
This is true.
So, yeah. Marion said the only rule is that I can't spend it on weed. And I'm like, well, now I don't know what to spend it on.
Dinner tomorrow.
I guess that's true. Actually, I think I was going to spend it on razor blades. Because I've been shaving my face with a 3-month-old razor blade.
You should get razor blades.
Yeah. I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh, and lettuce. Oh, I forgot to get lettuce. Oh, damn.
There's something that I'm trying. I can't remember. There's something I thought of that it's like I should really pick that up, and I can pick that up from a drugstore. Not drugs.
Mm.
But I can't remember what.
Hmm. That always sucks.
Yeah, and I thought of it last night, and I'm like, this is so obvious. There's no way. I know what it was.
Oh, yeah?
It was proper contact lens solution for those contacts that I got.
Nice. Yeah. That would be cool.
And
Or that,
again,
that
now
would-
I'm just like, that feels so obvious that I should write it down because I forgot today.
yeah.
Not that I'm going to get to pick it up
Well,
until at least
see,
Saturday.
my strategy there would be to be like, okay, there's something important that I have to pick up. I remember that it had something to do, like it's a type of medication, but not really over the counter. Had something to do with my eyes. Boom.
I don't wear contacts anymore. These are just like, again, they're colored ones.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But so like it doesn't dawn on me that it's like, otherwise that would be like contact lens solution. That's a no
Well, that's
brainer.
the thing. Like I was thinking about how, because it's amazing. I remember anything really, and when I don't remember things, I'm always like, how the fuck did I forget about that? And yeah, like I really, I found that remembering important things, it really helps by connecting it to other related ideas. If I can remember one of those other things, it will lead me to whatever it is I'm trying
Or
to actually remember.
or you can just write it down.
Ah, God, oh, jeez. Or I could just use Firefox.
You know what? Shut up.
Oh, God, Firefox. Oh, jeez.
Mocking me.
It's bad. Or it's
Why?
not bad. It's
Why do you hate Firefox so much?
the interface is terrible. The interface is hot garbage. This is the thing, though, is that I am an Opera user, an ex-Opera user, of course, because nobody uses that. But
No, it was pretty good though. There is that other one though. I forget what it's called, but
Maxthon,
what?
I used that for a while. It's just a Chinese wrapper for Internet Explorer.
Mm,
You shouldn't use it because it steals data, sends it to China,
anything from China steals data, steals and sends it back.
including cookies and toys and.
Yep, exactly.
Seriously though, it's stuff from China sucks a lot. It's
My pants right now are currently stealing data and sending them back.
I wonder if my dress was made in China. Statistically speaking, that's not likely because they usually make them in like India and other places like that.
I wonder if India steals data and sends it back.
They don't have enough infrastructure to do that. There's too much poo in the streets. Really interferes with the networking. Gets in the servers. Screws everything up. It's bad. Real bad. There was something else I wanted to talk about. I can't remember what it was.
Ha. I mean, oh, that sucks.
I could have written it down, but I find that physically excruciating. Oh, I remember. See, I was like,
There we
it
go.
had something to do with Marion. What was the thing?
Tacos.
It occurred to me. It occurred to me yesterday that we get into like 17 tickle fights a day.
And they should be rewarded with tacos.
Marion hasn't brought any tacos home for me yet.
This is disappointing.
I'm thinking of locking the door. I'm just gonna lock them out.
That should be how you like. Instead of a key, it's tacos now.
Slide the tacos under the door. I know the height is a little bit, just try and do the compression thing.
Or you have like a basket that you hang over the railing of the patio.
We can drone. We can attach it to a drone and fly it.
Hey, drone tacos, drone co's.
Apparently, though, Marion only gets 50% off tacos per shift. So
Well, then one of them goes. Then they only have to give you one.
well, that's what I said. But Marion, like that's Marion's dinner. Like Marion doesn't eat before they go there, so they kind of have to eat dinner while they're there. So
I remember doing that when I worked at Hutch's, except mine was Coney dogs
ugh.
and jalapeno burgers,
Ooh.
which once upon a time ago I accidentally called them jalapenos when I was really, really tired. I tried to order a jalapeno burger and my coworker went, "What?"
Hey, the J sounds like an H. Okay, it's jalapeno.
I've been watching too much Trailer Park Boys. Thank you very much.
Hey, that's the other thing I wanted to tell you about. We've been
Oh?
watching King of the Hill.
Yep.
And I am the assistant to Mike Judge.
Hmm?
Like in the credits, assistant to Mike Judge, Jessica Jarrett.
That is awesome.
Isn't it though? Like I saw it just for like one frame, and I started to get like, kind of anxiously excited, and I was like I don't know why. It doesn't mean anything. Well, I hope it haunts certain people who probably don't want to see my name, but um, you know,
Could also be
I
like, there was that one time where I was like assistant to Mike Judge.
well, you know what I was thinking of
Just
doing?
lie.
Sending Mike Judge an email or a tweet saying, "Hey, remember that time I helped you on King of the Hill? Wasn't that great? Yeah, you should hire me. I know I look different. Don't worry about it.
Plastic surgery.
I put out more now. I don't
How
know
to
if
get
it'll
ahead in Hollywood.
sink his Titanic or yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it seemed
Yeah.
I've had to do worse things.
You should, and just see what happens. The worst that can
Yeah.
happen is that he's confused.
Yeah, and then hires me out of confusion. Frankly, I find this to be a bulletproof plan.
I don't see what can go wrong.
Yeah, nothing.
And then it blows up in a spectacular way that neither of us saw coming.
You know what? You know what we should do? Both of us should get on a plane and fly to wherever he is, and do it that. Oh, hey, Mike. Sorry, I'm late. I'm here to assist you. This is my assistant, Rain. She's gonna be doing all the work.
So, like everything else, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, that this is. Hey, at the end of next week, my contract is up. I
Yeah.
got nothing going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure we can find a cheap flight wherever.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Do you have your pass? Oh yeah, you can go to the U.S.
No, I don't have a passport.
You can't go there.
No. Well, I'm right in the middle of changing my name too, so
Right.
like
You
go,
should-
going right now would probably be a particularly bad idea. Like, well, I see that all of your ID here has your old name, but in the system you have Jessica as your name. So
They're like, you can pass, but you, on the other hand, we're detaining you.
yeah, we're just gonna detain you both.
It's like, well, actually, no, wait, you don't even have a passport, so both of you are being detained.
Well, we could drive to the States and then fly. Because you
How
only
are
need
we
a
gonna
driver's
get-
license to cross the border by vehicle. It's only $30 to insure the Pulsar for one day. $27. Prices went down.
But the driver's license thing.
I have a driver's license.
Yes, but both of us do we not?
Do you have one?
Not anymore. It expired. I never
Oh,
renewed
okay.
it.
Well, do you have? I mean, you just need any piece of official government identification to drive
Well,
across
I
the border.
got my BCID today.
Yeah,
Or
that'll work.
yesterday. Yesterday I got it.
That'll work. No problem. We're in the clear.
Are you?
Job's done.
I'm pretty sure you need a passport to go there.
You did after 9/11, and then after they were like, no one dangerous is coming from Canada, they undid
Really?
it.
Oh, so all this time I've been saying, oh no, to go into the States to go visit people, and meanwhile I can just use ID.
It would probably be a good thing to check, but I'm quite yeah. I've picked up packages from there, like a couple of years ago, admittedly, with just my driver's license.
I will have to look into that.
The best thing to do is to call the particular border crossing that you intend on going to. That's what I've learned.
That is not a bad idea.
Yeah.
And I keep hearing like my mic is screwing up. 'Cause it keeps sounding like it's breaking.
Syphilis. Whose, mine or yours?
Mine.
Oh.
My problem this time, not yours.
Okay. Yeah.
Yay, there's a problem, but it's not mine, so sweet. You sound like me.
Seriously. I am always very relieved when that is the case. Oh, thank God I didn't screw that.
Well, it's like even at the place I'm working at now, there was an issue last week, I think, and I was just like, what was there a problem with something that I did? Like, and then I was like, I start referencing the specific thing, Like, what was it? Was it the video? Or was it like their end, or was it you? And it's just like it was their end. Like, oh, okay. Then I don't have to do anything. Okay, good. I'm gonna go back to
Yeah.
what I do now.
Nice.
And he's
Yeah.
like freaking out still, and I'm just sitting here with a smile on my face. He's like, yeah, I get.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. One time when I was working at Colony, one of the servers went offline, like seconds after I was connected to it,
Yeah.
and like sometimes like I remember accidentally changing the external IP address for the box I was connected to,
Whoops.
and like noticing that as soon as my finger is clicked on OK,
Mhm.
and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna lose connection to this box as soon as this animation finishes firing. Click.
Yeah.
Shit. That was the time that I had to go down to Pier 1 in downtown Vancouver in the Harbor Center and like I wheel out a keyboard, just a keyboard and monitor, no mouse, and plug it in, change the external IP address, enter, go back to the office, connect to it again, make the changes I was supposed to make.
And change the IP again.
Yeah. Fuck, I tell you what, you only make the mistake 3 or 4
Two
times.
times, yeah. It's not a mistake that you'll make just once. You'll make it a few more times after that.
Yeah, you probably will.
Not a probably. You will.
Well, I think like maybe even the next day, I think my boss did it too, and I was like, okay, all right, I feel better about the whole thing. Not a complete and total failure, not yet at least. That will come later. Then they'll fire me for being useless.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
They were like they got a big contract. They were going to do, somewhat ironically, the wireless networking for all of the white spots in North America. Kind of a big contract.
Just a
And
little?
they were like, yeah, like we need you to make like network designs for all of these places. And so I needed to like, it's not really that hard. I could probably do it now, maybe. Um, but I needed to calculate things like network masks and I don't know. I barely even understood what I was supposed to do, really. Like, it was just. I was supposed to know what I was doing, and I really did not. I knew how to install wireless networks, and I could troubleshoot them very effectively, and I could set them up and stuff, but I couldn't, like, design them. That was just. I don't even know. I'm like I don't know. 10.1.70, 255, 255, 255 is subnet mask. Like,
Well, I mean, it depends on how many segment and on how many network segments you're creating as well.
well, so each individual restaurant is going to need to be its own, uh, uh, you know, um, collision domain. Well, more accurately than that, it's going to need to be its own. Fuck, what is the word? Um, I can't remember. Its own thing, um, and the wireless networking adapters, the wireless routers,
Mhm.
the wireless antenna, they all phone home, so they don't actually communicate with the local network, which is good because there's POS traffic on the accurately named LAN. So like you don't want those two things communicating to each other. So that stuff tunnels all the way back to our main facility at Pier 1 and then exits the network onto the public internet that way. Um, and like that's controlled entirely. It's a completely separate system. And like my boss is the one who's programming that and doing that stuff. So like whatever. So they were like, you need to do all of this like now. And I'm like, I really don't think I can do that. That sounds very hard, and I'm not able to concentrate on anything. This was before I was on ADHD medication of any kind, just marijuana.
And we know how useful that is by itself.
Well, and it was just so it was really hit and miss is the problem. About half the time it would work really well, and the other half of the time, I would just be fucking useless for an hour and a half. That was kind of a problem. So yeah, it
Hello.
was. Yeah, they were like, well, we're gonna have to let you go because we need to like move fast, and You are not doing that." And I was like, "That's good because I am really stressed out." And I know I didn't tell you guys because you're my boss, but I had a nervous breakdown in the Toronto airport. That was why I didn't set up that network right. So, thank you. If you could keep, no, you can't keep paying me. Right? Okay.
If only like not even one more week. One more
Yeah.
week of that. No.
I'd ask
Uh,
them. I'd ask them now. Maybe they'd say yes. I'm a lot
just to
cuter now.
pay you for nothing. Just to be like, just give me money.
Yeah.
Give me
Come
money. I
on,
did good
James.
things.
I'm cute.
For old time's sake. You know all the
James,
good times we had.
my boss was pretty awesome. I gotta say, I do miss that guy. He's really cool. I'm hoping to run into him somewhere. That would be pretty awesome.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, it is that time. We start to wrap things up.
We should do like a 2-hour episode.
We
one of
should,
these days.
and we'll
Yeah.
split it in half and
Sure.
air it while you're gone.
Oh yeah, that's right. We have to do that
Because
as
we
well.
need to record extra stuff. How long of a hiatus everything takes depends on how much you and I record.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the person who I wanted to get to step in for you can't on Thursdays.
Oh, okay.
So if I kept the show on Wednesday, he might be able to, but
Okay.
no, he cannot.
Hmm.
And isn't nearly as What? You knew how that sentence ended. I don't need to finish it.
Yeah. Well, I'm relieved.
That
I have no inferiority complex whatsoever. That's for sure.
wow.
No, I have no paranoia regarding those kinds of things.
Come back and like, no, you've been replaced by because just on merit that they look better.
Yeah.
I mean, the show's become really boring now, but yeah, no.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, we'll have to do our psychedelic episode.
that we will, and again, that kind of depends on both of our schedules.
Well, I mean, that's the kind of thing I can make time for.
Fair enough.
done
Okay,
any
that depends on
psychedelics.
my schedule.
Okay, I haven't done any psychedelics in a long time, and I kind of miss them.
Same. It's been too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, at the end of next week, I'll have a fair bit more time. Although I am on that short now.
Yeah.
So that's taking a bit of time. But since I'll
Yeah.
have like my entire day instead of just a few hours in the evening,
Yeah.
it should be a bit better.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Just like skip out on work to go do psychedelics. Seems like
Sounds like a plan to me, I tell you what.
yeah.
Oh, I wish summer wasn't over. God.
It's fall, and you know what that means? It's almost Halloween.
I didn't get to do any psychedelics in the summer, in the nice weather.
Right? You didn't get to go on the beach, like take the VCR with you, and
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get to go to the beach. Well, I went to the beach on my own, but I didn't get to go to Wreck Beach.
you didn't get to go to Wreck Beach.
Yeah. Didn't get to go to the water park.
Do psychedelics, and run around with the VCR naked.
It would be pretty cool to do psychedelics at the water park.
That strikes me as a touch dangerous.
Let us not do lots of psychedelics. Let us not do 300 micrograms right off the start. You know, let's do not even 150, I don't think, because there's so many people there. Gotta
Yeah,
do
75 might not be bad.
Yeah, that's probably what I would suggest. Guys, oh god, I want to go swimming while high on psychedelics so fucking bad. God damn it.
See, I'm lucky to stay alive while swimming, like on a regular, like when I'm like not completely sober and normal and conscious and with it.
Yeah.
You start adding in things like psychedelics or even alcohol, that's an entirely different story.
I'm a fish. I can swim like a motherfucker. I won a swimming competition with people against people who were not swimmers, but it was in Florida, so like everybody does know how to swim, and I did a lap in like a third of the time as everybody else. I remember getting out of the water and being like, "How the fuck did I do that? What the hell?" That was when I was attending a Christian youth group.
Nice.
My, how the tables have turned.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But, every atheist has at some point had religion shoved at them.
It's true.
And has probably tried to believe at some point. I know I
Yeah.
sure did.
Yeah, me too.
But
I felt
eventually you
so
just-
bad about masturbating. Terrible. Terrible. About it.
I didn't.
I'm
but
serious.
But I was Lutheran. You were Catholic?
I
Don't know.
I lived in Florida. I lived in the South. So there's just kind of like this pervading, aura of religiousness in general.
Yeah.
Like very few of my friends went to church, although my best friend Freddie did. But like, it's just like everybody was just a little bit religious,
It seems to be that way, especially in the southern states.
Yeah, for sure. And especially in Florida, which is like in this weird southern, northern sort of thing. Like it's definitely a southern state, but it is also definitely not part of the Bible Belt. It's a weird place. Like there's just so many perverts there that it can't be truly religious. So it just has the public appearance and the public expectation, the veneer of being religious.
Fair enough.
And 5 seconds of analysis is like, this is bullshit. I'm going to have sex with these people and masturbate. It's going to be great.
And on that note, I'm going to wrap it up for our Season 1 premiere episode of Glorious Insights, because we're just not going to count the other stuff. Actually, if you go on the Primal Screens Media website, primalscreensmedia.ca, under shows, Glorious Insights, all of Season 0 can be found nicely listed there and organized. Also on the YouTube channel, there is you can find Season 0 as a playlist and watch all the episodes and struggle through them. Except for the last two. The last two are actually good.
Yeah.
But everything before that, you kind of struggle and it lags.
Yeah.
But if you have any comments, suggestions, opinions, love notes, hate mail, all that good stuff, feel free to send them over to us on Twitter. Me at Rain Esri.
At Red Laser with a 3 is me.
Or, if that's not your thing, you can send them to email, tharbydragons@primalscreensmedia.ca. Couldn't resist, could you?
No.
Alright. That will do us for it here on Glorious Insights. I'm Rain.
And I'm Jessica.